This movie totally made me wonder, hey, can you really break your arm like that? Nowadays, you get the kids doing the Tide Pod challenge. I'm surprised we didn't have the Rookie of the Year challenge if we had TikTok back in the day.
The second it starts, I almost got hyped. Like, oh, yeah, I remember now. This music is like super inspiring. And, but also whimsical and, fun. But like when it wants to hype you up for those big sports moments, this is, to me, an underrated little score that they did here.
The funny thing is, you know why you like the music to this? Is because the composer's name is Bill Conti, and he's done all the Rocky movies.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's why you like it.
So it's not like I
Rocky
discovered,
undertones.
I love when people are like, oh yeah, I'm really into the Beatles. Oh, you were? So was the rest of the world. I didn't discover anything here. Okay.
Funky butt lovin'.
Did he say funky butt loving?
Oh.
An 8-year-old kid watching, Rowan Gardner's supposed to be 12, I believe. Like,
We cannot say his name right once in this. They messed up.
Rosenberger. Rolling further, Ravenboozer.
Ruffenmauser. That's so good.
Run a mucker. And I think there's a garden hoser.
And at one point in the line, he goes, who is this kid? I'm like, well, you don't even know his name, so that's why you don't know him.
Roland Groder! Come on!
I think Thomas Ian Nicholas, is the actor's name that played Henry.
The poor man's JTT.
Hey, I wasn't complaining.
Sorry. If there was a Tiger Beat Pop magazine, he was on like the version behind all the Tiger Beat Pop magazines. Like, he's a good looking kid. I'm not, the
Walmart version of JTT. I still liked him.
Great value version. Oh,
he's a great value. JTT is full blown Tarjay, man. He is.
He is.
It means a lot to me.
This is me and my platform. This is a curse I have to bear. My burden. Well, I guess me, Thomas, and JTT. What happened to us was this, and this is now David's Geekdom Corner here. What happened was this. My voice gets real low. We suffered from what I like to call very, very, very good-looking, but also very, very short syndrome. Now, that is what happened to us. We were trying to rise to legs. Very, very, very good-looking, but we never grew. Now, one man had to break through, and that's Tom Cruise, and that's all right. We let him. But JTT, Thomas Ian, and myself, the Trinity, we didn't grow, but our good looks stayed. All right. So to my men out there, JTT, if you're listening, that's what happened to us, and I'm sticking by it.
I do think it's funny that you almost said that you didn't rise to the occasion. It's like, that's quite a short joke.
No one knows short people around here.
Do you use Brickma's, recovery method of hot ice? I heat up the ice.
It's the best of both worlds.
Oh, ever since this movie I watched as a kid, I heat up my ice. I save chocolate cake for breakfast. I, no joke, have always thought about when we stay in hotels, the scene where he gets locked in the doors between.
Same.
I'm like, is that? And I always want to try it because I'm like, well, my wife could just open the door, right? Like, I could just try it. Like, but they don't make them that thin anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I always think of that scene with him now.
I do too. Any hotel I go in, the second I see that shared door, I have a nice little chuckle because of Daniel Stern.
Little help. Little help now.
Did you know he directed this? It was his first and last movie that he ever directed. Like, when you start the credits of this movie, it says a Daniel Stern film.
Let the big dog eat.
The studio, apparently, when he decided to direct this movie, they wanted to try to leverage his relationship with Macaulay Culkin to get Macaulay to be Henry. And then they weirdly wanted Joe Pesci to be Chet Steadman, which I'm just like, I don't think that would have worked.
No.
But apparently Macaulay Culkin was filming that really intense movie with Elijah Wood called The Good Son. It's a terrifying Macaulay Culkin movie. And then Joe Pesci was just like, nah, I'm not going to do that. He hard passed it.
Okay. Could you start over again?
Let's play ball.
and I'm not really dying on this hill, like, you know.
You're about to die on a Gary Busey hill.
I think I am. Yeah, I might be. But, you know, Hugh Jackman is Logan, and there will never be another Wolverine, in my opinion. Am I about to say that as Gary Busey is only the Rocket? That, you know, but I mean, he was really, really good in this. He was. And
surprisingly good. Like,
yeah.
Because it's just, at the time, I had already seen him in was it the first Lethal Weapon that he was the bad guy in, that he gets in a front lawn fist fight with Mel Gibson? Like, it's just, I was used to seeing him be this really creepy bad guy. Yeah. So to see him as this like father figure and love interest, like the little mom, you know, Chet love interest, it was so random, but I also have this little soft spot in my heart for Gary Busey in this movie. It's weird.
One of the best Salisbury steaks I've ever had in my life. You want some?
Sure.
I am not going to be lied to any longer, though. Chet Steadman, there is no way that airplane Salisbury steak was the best Salisbury steak you've had in your life. No freaking way. Now, did that movie make me go out and tell my mom to buy us frozen Salisbury steak dinners? Yes. But come on. You can't be kidding. You know, there's no way it's true.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think the 90s were like the pinnacle era for Salisbury steak.
Dude, the Stouffer's Salisbury steak sales, no pun intended, rocketed. You know, because the Rocket was eating them. I swear, I was like, Mom, we got to get these. We got to try them.
Maybe Gary Busey was sponsored by Stouffer's. You never know. Maybe that's why it was just so random.
So dig in. They're new from Stouffer's.
Yay!
It was actually filmed between a double header between the Cubs and the Cardinals.
Oh, wow.
So it's a real game with 35,000 people in Wrigley Field. And Daniel Stern got on the announcer, like on the microphone, and told everybody, hey, we're filming this movie about a 12-year-old kid becoming a pitcher. So let's all chant his name, Henry. Like, and so when he's walking out there and you see all those people, it's really a crowd of 35,000 people all chanting for Henry. And so, man, I just couldn't imagine as a 12-year-old kid feeling that energy. The memory that Thomas has of that is just mind-blowing. Like, I couldn't even imagine having that as a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah, take that, JTT. You'll never have that experience.
Did you just kick him out of the Holy Trinity? You didn't kick him out of the Holy Trinity because of it? That's not good enough?
I won't either. So now JT and I have to stand together on that one. If you ever, you said you can't imagine.
Stand together on each other's shoulder to make the size of one regular man.
Only people 5'3" can make and under make these jokes. Okay.